It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good Thursday morning. It is, not 11 after 9. Hoping everybody's having a great start to your day. Hopefully, I know that some of the kids got a little bit of later start, especially in Fergus Falls.
Yep. Good start to winter, right? I managed. I was telling everybody yesterday when I was doing weathers, saying, I think you're just going to need the shovel. I think you can leave the snowblower parked. But I saw a lot of snowblowers out there today, so sorry about that. I didn't have to use mine, but I'm that person who...
You go out quite a bit.
I do. I think we shoveled about 4 times last night, just keeping ahead of it. And by the time we went to bed, it had kind of quit. So
yeah.
We didn't really have anything to do this morning, except the plow came by about 4 a.m. And I think one of my neighbors took care of that for me before I was going to go out and shovel before I left because it didn't look like much of a ridge. And but it didn't look like much because somebody had already taken care of it. So not even sure who to thank in my neighborhood, but just in case you're tuned in this morning and you are the savior of the end of my driveway, thank you. We never know who's taking care of who in our neighborhood because somebody's always taking care of somebody. It's a great neighborhood. So, it feels like winter again.
Yep. It's February, though.
It is. And what did we end up with 3-4 inches of snow?
Yeah, it's about what we ended up with.
And that's about what we forecast yesterday, just saying, which doesn't always happen. People always complain about the weather forecast.
Yeah.
But
they're trying to predict the future.
Right. And that's not always easy. I know as close as Detroit Lakes got a lot more snow than we did.
Yeah, we were over at the Nelson Auto Center chili feed yesterday, or chili contest.
Yeah.
Miles Riker and I were the judges, and he was talking to one of our engineers up in Detroit Lakes, and Tony is like, well, how much have you guys gotten down there? And we're like, barely a trace, anything. And Tony's like, yeah, we got about 4 to 6 inches.
Oh, wow. And it didn't really begin here in earnest until late afternoon, early evening. But I know some things did get canceled last night because of it. And like you said, school delayed by a couple of hours today, at least in Fergus Falls. I know Hillcrest and Fergus Falls both delayed.
It is kind of funny. My youngest had a dental appointment today, so he's thinking he's getting out of a couple hours of school. Sure enough, he's not missing any school.
Oh, boy.
He had like
Shoot.
a 8:45 dental appointment. So
I'd rather be in school. The dentist and the tax man, not my two favorites stops, but and nothing against all of our dentists here because they're all great. It's just, it's just like a doctor appointment. No one looks forward to that either. I mean, there are just some things in life that you got to do that you can really put off if you.
And it was nice that the snow held off until we got back from Where to Eat. We filmed a new episode of KBRF Presents Where to Eat last night, and we got back from Evansville, and it wasn't until about the time we got to Fergus that things, started looking bad. So that was nice.
Well, good. I'm glad you got back safely, and so you had a lot of good eating yesterday.
I ate a lot of food yesterday.
Well, thanks to you and Miles for being the judges over at the Nelson Auto Chili Cook-Off.
There were some really good ones, and it's kind of nice because this is I've judged up there multiple times.
You have.
And normally there's one or two that you're just like, oh, okay.
Like you said, they were all good.
Yeah, they were all good. There was none of them were bad.
Okay.
I mean, they were all solidly decent. I mean, I'd eat a bowl of any of them.
Okay, so here's the backstory on none of them were bad. One of our young salesmen, and he's like maybe 27-ish or so, just a great guy, great kid, I want to say, because he is a kid. But he's just such a good guy, and our customers love him, so he's a great salesperson. But he decided that he was going to make chili. Well, he ended up working till 7 o'clock the night before, and so he called his mom and said, Mom, I want to bring chili to this chili cook-off, but you got to help me. Can you help me get started? And as soon as I get off work, I'll come to your house, and then we can wrap it up. So anyway, he tells the story. So he was going to be the 10th pot.
Okay, yep.
And he tells the story. I got over there, and I put all my seasonings in at the end. And he said, you can't do that because it just doesn't,
Taste right.
He said, I tried to make it taste good, and I just couldn't, so I bailed out. But he had the whole pot. Everything was in it, all the ingredients. So we still gave him the participation award, which was a $25 gift card over at Socials. I said, hey, listen, you put in the ingredients and you put in the work. You even involved your mom.
Yeah.
You deserve this. So I thought it was, how many 27-year-old guys say, yeah, I'd like to cook something for, that would have been you probably,
Yeah.
but because you're a foodie. But anyway, so I thought that was kind of fun. That would have been pot number 10, but he said it wasn't even good enough to bring. So
at least he acknowledged that it wasn't good enough to bring. Not what, I've spent all this money on the stuff. Enjoy, people.
Yeah, yep. And I think we had 3, help me remember, 3 that were chicken chilies. Remember there was
at least 2, because number 1 and number
he remembers the numbers.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3. There were the white chilies.
Yep, and they were super good. One was thick like queso. It was delicious.
Oh yeah, there was 3. Because I forgot about the queso one.
And then there was one that looked almost like hot dish. It was so thick
and
meaty.
It was chunky.
And then there was another one that had tons of green chilies and jalapenos in it, and that was so good
And
too.
celery.
But I think you guys were really looking for classic chili.
Well, I would have picked a white chili if there was one that was just absolutely outstanding. But yeah,
See,
it's a chili
all 3
cook-off.
of them were so outstanding.
But,
I'm not a big red chili fan.
Yeah, number 7 was definitely above and beyond.
Okay.
The one I liked.
Yeah, and I think that was Matt Griffin, and that was a team of he and his wife putting that one together.
Probably mostly his wife.
Yeah, he always says that she deserves whatever prize he wins because he's won a couple of our cooking contests.
Really?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it was Miles and I came down to like a couple numbers. We both agreed on
number 4.
Number 4 being number 2.
Okay.
And then we both had a differentiation between what we thought was the top one. And so we went and got extra ones. And then
Started
when Miles
over
tried
with
number
those,
7,
yep.
he goes, and I'm like,
you're right. Yeah, that's it. All he had to do is that face was like, oh. And so then we thought, well, that's got to be
that's
it.
winner.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. And a lot of people put a lot of work into.
Yes, they did.
A couple of the chicken chili makers aren't very happy with you guys, but I think they'll get over it. So.
But that.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, but that number 7 was above and beyond
it was.
all
and then
of
there
them.
was another one that had 3 different kinds of meat in it.
Oh.
It had pork sausage, bacon, and I can't remember what the third one was. But anyway, that was one of your choices too. That was one of our winners. So some people walked away with some cash prizes yesterday. We all walked away full. And our gratitude to our esteemed judges, Dave and Miles. It was good to have you guys come over. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, we did that, and then that went off.
Then off to
where to eat.
Where to eat. Oh, my goodness. Well,
I was so full.
I bet you were.
By the time I get back here.
I bet you were. Okay, so update on a tiny bit of an update on Chris Tungset.
Oh, nice.
I did hear back from him last night, actually this morning, about 3 a.m. But you know what? I'm just giving him so much grace because he apologized profusely and said, I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to get back. But I literally have hundreds of messages every single day.
Oh, I bet he does.
And I'm having a terrible time keeping up. So, and I don't want to put that kind of pressure on him. And anyway, he just, I should read one to you. It was just so nice. He's just such a stand-up guy. And he said, hey, so sorry. I have been buried in hundreds of messages. I just can't keep up. Thank you so much for your note. It means the world to me. And then he also told me that because of the sensitivity of, the production not wanting you to know who goes forward, they have to be very careful about the interviews that they do. So he actually is assigned a publicist.
Oh, nice.
And everything that gets set up has to go through him. So he did give me that email address, and he said, please reach out to him, and hopefully he can set something up for me to come on with you. So that's the hope. Now we'll just have to rely on the publicist. And Chris or any of your family, if you're tuned in, no worries at all. We can only imagine the crazy pace that your life has taken, and still to be so gracious, so gracious that he's returning texts at 3 a.m. So since I was awake, I had a terrible sleepless night, like kind of normal, but hey, I was awake, so I thought, well, he's awake, I'm awake, I might as well answer the text. So yeah, texting at 3 a.m. But anyway, it was so nice of him to get back to us, because we know it's just going to be a crazy pace here for a while. So, and I know that we're not the only ones trying to get a hold of him.
No.
But anyway, I'll reach out to that publicist and keep you posted, because I think it would be really fun to have him on the show with us. And hopefully we can catch him while he's in town so he can come and be on the show with us. That would be fun. Well, let's see. A coalition of environmental organizations has filed a lawsuit against the EPA for canceling vehicle emission standards. Of course they did. The plaintiffs argue the Clean Air Act requires the EPA to regulate pollutants that threaten public health. They say the repeal ignores Supreme Court's 2007 Massachusetts versus the EPA decision and decades of scientific evidence. So they're mad because some of that stuff isn't required anymore. Which, by the way, just made your vehicles a lot more expensive when all that stuff had to be added. So anyway, maybe this is another one of those areas where we can look for prices to, come down just a bit.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. But, when I think about, people keep talking about, oh, everything's so expensive, prices are not coming down. I kind of feel like you're being indoctrinated, and that's what you're hearing on mainstream media. But we can put our arms around so many things that have come down. There's so many places across the country that gas is under $2.
Wow.
And we are not so far above that. You know what? And at $2.40, whatever it is today,
A lot better than the 4 something
I'll tell
it
you
was.
what, I would take this price every day of the week. I'm not going to be so greedy that I want to get down to the $1.78 where it was when President Trump took over. But, I mean, it has come down. Some groceries have come down. Now you can buy eggs again. You can, and I think we have seen the price of a lot of things be more attractive. Now prescription medication will be much more attractive in terms of price on a lot of drugs. And so I think we have to give credit where credit is due, basically. And we can't always be the Eeyore and the Danny Downer where those numbers are concerned. Authorities say, I think we talked about those skiers yesterday.
Yep.
They were skiing the backcountry, and they are dead, sadly.
Yep.
One remains missing after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe. Officials say that the search has shifted from rescue to recovery. 6 others were rescued Tuesday while on a guided 3-day trip in the Sierra Nevada during a severe winter storm. The avalanche is the deadliest in the U.S. Since 1981, when 11 climbers died on Mount Rainier. So anyway, pretty unexpected weather, and it seems like it happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're skiing the backcountry, too.
And I know a lot of them. We used to have a gentleman here that was heavy into skiing and stuff, and he actually left here to go run a ski resort in Oregon. But he was talking about, some of that backcountry stuff, everybody has to have a GPS locator on them.
They do.
So that,
They do.
if there is an avalanche, they can find you. And
And
sounds
that's
like,
how they located them,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, but just a sad end to... But it's a dangerous sport, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, especially the backcountry.
Well, here's at least 12 Democratic members of Congress say they plan to boycott the President Trump's State of the Union address next Tuesday. Of course they are. Instead, they will attend Move On's People State of the Union. Oh, my goodness. Really, honestly, do your job. This is how America operates.
Yeah.
And you know what?
If they don't want to be there, I say get them out of there.
Absolutely. The last time that President Biden gave a State of the Union address, did the Republicans go and make their own party? I don't think so.
No.
They just behave like children at every corner. It makes me so angry. Anyway, they're not going to be there. They're going to have a rally at the National Mall. Well, that's a good spot for him. Lawmakers skipping the speech include Senators Ed Markey, Jeff Merkley, Chris Murphy, Tina Smith, our own Tina Smith. Way to
good
go,
old
Tina. So glad you are not running again. Chris Van Hollen, along with at least 7 House reps. So, anyway, good for you. Go stand on the corner if you want. I mean,
let's hope for a blizzard.
Have some decorum here.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree to be. It's your position. That's where you should be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I wonder if, like, Tina
They're
Smith,
a crabby
if there's...
bunch of people is all I can say.
Now, I wonder if, like, Tina Smith, the other ones aren't running for re-election. So...
Could be. She's got nothing to lose by doing this.
No.
I don't know. And nothing to gain either.
No.
And I think it just is egg on her face, but that's just me. All right. Okay. When we come back, there is a federal judge dismissing a lawsuit over Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wings. Yep, there was a lawsuit. We'll tell you why when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
I'm Derek Sidian with KBRFradio.com News. Join me every Friday at 5 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app for the weekly news recap, where I recap this week's hottest local news and you catch up on what you might have missed. From local crime and business news to road construction and car accidents, the weekly news recap keeps you up to date on what you need to know. The KBRF Weekly News Recap is brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorial.com. Memorials that matter.
Nelson Auto Center says, why buy last year's model when a new 2026 F-150 is waiting for you? No sense in getting a lame duck. That's so last year's model. Rather, drive off in a new 2026 model F-150. We have a bunch to choose from. Plus, during February, we'll give you an extra $750 for your trade and $750 in finance assistance. No reason not to buy now. Get your 26 and your best deal now at Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away hear the latest from St. Paul as the legislative session is now underway. At 2:36, the Eagle Forum's Chris Ullman talks SAVE Act and non-citizens voting. After that, how did the Zuckerberg testimony go yesterday? Are our kids all victims of social media? Also, with 2 carrier groups off their coast, are we at war with Iran yet? Tell your friends and we'll see you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
Zidua brand herbicides hotline. This is Zeke. What's your situation?
Well, I need a powerful burndown foundation.
Easy. Try long-lasting Zidua Pro herbicide. Next caller.
Hi, I'm looking for application flexibility, residual power, and comprehensive weed control. What do you got for me?
I have no trade-offs with new Zidua Plus herbicide. Line 3, hit me.
What's a follow-up residual that will...
Extend post-emergent applications in a single MOA. Zidua SC herbicide. Make the lasting choice with Zidua brand herbicides from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Dickerman with Market Update on the Red River Farm Network. Grain markets trading mixed early. Global Commodity Analytics and Consulting President Mike Zuzolo said the USDA Outlook Forum numbers out this morning, not surprising.
With the knowledge that we're going to get another bigger set on Friday with the commodity outlooks from the Department of Agriculture, and I think that's where we probably really want to set our sights on if there are any acreage changes versus what we saw today, and also more importantly, whether we see any kind of changes when it comes to the 45Z, the RVO type of deal with the renewable biofuels, because the USDA came in with the crush about 3.3% higher for 26-27 versus our current marketing year. That seems a little bit less than trade expectations. And between that and the 85 million acres being right with the trade estimates, the average trade guesses, I would say you probably did not feed the bull. And we've been dealing with the soybean oil market that's up about 45% year to date, even though our NOPA soy oil stocks are the largest since April 2023.
Livestock market's mixed.
Yeah, just light profit taking. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more profit taking because we do have some gaps in the fat cattle market from this week's explosive move up to new record highs in lead month futures, especially ahead of this cattle on feed report that we're going to be getting on Friday afternoon. And so it wouldn't surprise me to see a little bit more of a setback in some of the short-term specs that are along this market to take a little profit. I do think the crude oil market and some of the outside markets are providing some extra upside potential.
Global Commodity Analytics and Consulting President Mike Zuzolo. This is the Red River Farm Network.
Pioneer is celebrating 100 years of growing together. Pioneer was founded in 1926 and was the first seed company devoted exclusively to hybrid corn. Pioneer expanded its corn sales into Minnesota and South Dakota and eastward into Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio by the end of the 1930s. At the time of World War II, Pioneer was one of the leading suppliers of hybrid corn in the U.S. 100 years of innovation, all from Pioneer.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Did you just plant Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans again?
You bet your next level genetics I did. After last year's huge yields, why wouldn't I want to maximize that Z-Series momentum?
Right. How could I forget about that performance? It totally beat our expectations. Let's unleash some Z-Series on those acres. Come on.
Now you're talking. With that kind of ROI, why would we plant anything else?
Plant Z-Series soybeans in the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Now in its 30th year, Commodity Classic is agriculture's largest farmer-led, farmer-focused event. This is Don Wick from the Red River Farm Network. Join us for special coverage featuring industry leaders and innovation from the massive Commodity Classic trade show. Our coverage sponsored by Gowan USA, Syngenta Seed, and the Minnesota Soybean Growers Association. Commodity Classic in San Antonio. On air, online, and on the go, it's the Red River Farm Network.
With that morning cup of coffee and the Red River Farm Network on the radio, you're ready to take on the day. Farming and ranching is a bottom line business, and we treat it that way at the Red River Farm Network. Our team of dedicated ag journalists include Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, and Jamie Dickerman, plus ag meteorologist Drew Lerner. Farm news, markets, and weather from the #1 rated farm radio team in the region. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
Minneapolis wheat May is up 6 right now at 591. We have May Chicago up 11 1/4, 563 3/4. March Kansas City's up a dime, 561. Got March corn now down 2 1/2, 424 1/2, and the March soybeans up 2 1/2 at 1136. Livestock numbers, April live cattle is up 242.52. The March feeders up 45 cents, 371.02. April lean hogs up 17 cents right now, 92.72. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 102 points, 49,560. This is the Red River Farm Network.
The 2025 model year closeout sale continues at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have 2 remaining Buick Envistas that would definitely cheer up your winter blues. With these great deals, you can get into a new, sporty, reliable vehicle for just over $25,000. Buick, exceptional by design. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
It's time to roll into spring with the second annual Fergus Falls Home and Garden Show, brought to you by Fergus Home and Hardware. March 13th and 14th at the Bigwood Event Center, and admission is free. Do you have a project that needs done? In addition to your home, new landscaping? Time to update appliances? Maybe add some new color paint to a room. This show has the people that can get it done. The Fergus Home and Garden Show, March 13th and 14th at the Bigwood Event Center, and admission is free.
Brought to you by Fergus Home and Hardware and News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Fergus Home and Hardware. If you have a home, we can help.
It's the President's Day sale now through February 18th. Get select washer and dryer sets under $1,300, dishwashers under $700, and through February 24th, you can save up to $600 on Serta mattresses when you purchase a mattress and adjustable base combo. Hurry in to Fergus Home and Hardware. These deals won't last long.
Fergus Home and Hardware. If you have a home, we can help.
News Talk 1250 KBRF, still seeing a little bit of snow coming in today and into tonight. Not a lot for accumulation, but it is going to blow around. 24 for our high today, 14 for tonight's low. 20 mostly cloudy for tomorrow. We'll hit 9 for tomorrow night. 16 is Saturday, 12 Sunday, 16 on Monday. Right now, a little bit of light snow, fog and mist, 19 degrees. Winds out of the northwest at 20, gusting at 26. It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by our friends over at Pioneer Care and at Fergus Falls Monument Company.
Well, I guess winter's back, right?
Well, it really never left. We just had a little bit of a pleasant
We did
time.
have a hiatus. We had a January thaw in February. It was nice.
Well, yeah, we had a January thaw and a February thaw.
Yeah,
so
we
it was
did.
nice.
We really did, yeah. So I guess we can't complain,
No.
right? All right. Okay, so to the boneless wing story. There's a U.S. district judge, his name is John Tharp. He dismissed a lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings over its quote-unquote boneless wings, ruling the chain can continue to use the term. Supposedly, somebody had a problem with that. There was a customer that filed a suit claiming the restaurant misled diners by selling chicken nuggets as boneless wings. And he said that violated the Illinois Consumer Fraud Act.
These people just need to be
Oh, my goodness.
outed.
Go somewhere else if you don't like
This
them.
is the same guy that went with his lawyer to Subway and was measuring his footlongs.
Oh, probably so. He argued that he expected deboned actual wings, not breaded chicken chunks. In his 10-page decision, Tharp ruled reasonable consumers aren't being deceived by the widely used term that's existed over 20 years. Whatever kind of chicken it is, if it doesn't have a bone in it, it's a boneless wing. Anyway, boneless wings are not a niche product for which a consumer would need extensive research.
No.
Oh, it had to make him feel stupid, but maybe you can't make...
I think he was expecting to lose. Him and his lawyer were just trying to get a cash grab.
Yeah. He noted that the menu also includes cauliflower wings, which reasonable consumers know isn't
a wing.
It isn't a wing. Yeah. Well, anyway, so there you go. Another crazy reason to hit the legal system.
The one I love, I've got to find this here, and I had to take a photo of it. I saw it at Walmart the other day when I was shopping, and I was just absolutely dumbfounded. It was. Here it is. Eggs from plants.
What?
Yep, eggs from plants. Bring it up on my camera.
Sorry, we're not.
Eggs from plants.
Eggs from plants.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're growing eggs.
I don't know how that works.
I mean, like true eggs in a carton eggs?
No, they were in a...
Like if you buy egg whites in a carton or something?
Yeah, egg whites are just eggs, liquid eggs.
Oh, yeah. I'm always a little skeptical of, eggs in a carton anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, liquid eggs. I kind of, I'll eat a shell or two just to have the real thing.
But yeah, I saw that at Walmart, and I'm just like, wait, what?
Oh, my goodness. Eggs from plants.
Egg from plants.
Burgers from plants. Although I got to tell you, I do enjoy a good veggie burger now and then. And some restaurants really know how to do a good veggie burger.
Some do, but most
They
don't.
usually sell it as like a black bean burger.
Yeah.
And it's got black bean and corn and Sometimes it has jalapenos. And in fact, it's got so much stuff in it, sometimes it doesn't even hold together very well as a burger. So, but I do like that once in a while. And usually has a little bit of pop to it, which I like.
For me, my favorite is the Impossible Burger, and I always say it's impossible if you've ever had a burger to believe that this is a burger.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we had a story, I think, was it yesterday we talked about the plane because of the rodent had to be turned around and landed?
Yep.
Here is another one of those stories, this one even more concerning and longer. This is a flight that departed Tokyo on Tuesday, bound for Germany, but had to return to its starting point, get this, after 14 hours in the air. The Boeing 787 flew for 6 hours toward Frankfurt before reversing course above the Arctic Ocean north of Alaska due to low engine oil levels.
Okay, that's a little bit more concerning than a rat.
Yeah, it is. It is. And consider where you are now. A lot of water. Anyway, they chose to return to Tokyo's main hub rather than divert elsewhere for better maintenance access. The aircraft landed at the airport at 1 o'clock in the morning Wednesday after an 8-hour return journey. So 8 and 6, 14. Oof. A replacement aircraft and crew departed for Frankfurt Wednesday morning, putting passengers roughly 20 hours behind their expected landing time.
Hopefully you didn't miss your connection.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing you probably missed it by a day. Anyway, they apologize, of course, for the extensive delay while emphasizing safety priorities. The incident wasn't unprecedented. There was a Qantas flight that spent 15 hours before returning to Perth from Paris, while Air New Zealand flew 16 hours back from JFK following an electrical fire in 2023.
But again, those are like major things.
Have to, I mean, those are kinds of things. I remember we've talked about, missing connections, and I've missed a connection one time ever. And it was for a reason that seemed so ridiculous. So we were on the ground in Sarasota, bound for home. And you know what it's like when you're ready to go home, you're ready to go home. Anyway, sitting on the plane, and they were refueling us. That's good.
Yep.
Okay, done with the refueling. We could see that the hose was disconnected. They were done.
Yep.
But nobody was moving. We weren't moving, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited. I kept looking at my watch thinking, we're not going to make our connection. And we had like just under 2-hour connection. So something I didn't worry about at all. Stayed on the ground for, I don't know, an hour, almost 90 minutes. And the reason was that the fuel truck, after filling us with fuel, stopped. And they were not able to get it started. And they couldn't move it. And federal regulations say you cannot move an aircraft that close to a fuel source. So we sat on the ground for that. And meanwhile, they tell us, we've called a mechanic. I'm like, are you kidding me? We're going to sit here while you fix the truck? What if you have to run for parts? I thought, oh my goodness. So we sat there for almost 90 minutes, and then finally they said, we're going to push back. Well, so why didn't you do that 90 minutes ago,
Yeah.
And then, of course, we missed the last flight from Minneapolis to Fargo that night. So that's how that went. But so sometimes it's for something that seems kind of ridiculous, although I know regulations are regulations. But it did seem...
But if you would have flown out of Minneapolis, you'd have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So hence, we are flying out of Minneapolis this next time. I'm not taking a chance on that again. Oh, boy. And there's something to be said. I would actually rather be in my own car driving from Minneapolis than sitting at Dallas-Fort Worth for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well just get to Minneapolis and drive home. I'd rather be in my own car. So that's the decision we made this time. Okay, workers who love their jobs show better physical health.
I believe it.
I do too. I think, You have to be happy doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm kind of tired actually of people saying, "Are you still working? When are you going to retire?" And oh boy. So when the first thing they say to you is, "Oh, how are you? When are you going to retire?" I don't know. I'm almost a little offended by that. And I know I'm the age where I could do that. I'm not full retirement age, which is, what I would hope to achieve. But even then, I mean, honest, I hope I die in this chair. That
would be an unfortunate live stream.
It would. It would be exciting, though.
Not maybe on your end, but not ours.
But anyway, I do. I just want to stay.
I'd have to get Derek to make a special graphic for Mary.
Yes, you would. Mary's dead. Well, what do we do? Anyway, I really just want to keep doing what I'm doing because I love it.
Yep.
And, and I'm lucky because I'm pretty flexible, and I think that's what makes life so good. I've just got a great job. And so, but anyway, they say that people live longer, feel better, and are happier if they are happier at work. I get it. Yeah.
It makes sense. If you get up and you're miserable for 8 hours a day.
For sure. Yeah. How about this one? I don't know about you at your house. When you're doing household chores, or when Jen is maybe doing her cleaning, because I know she is
She enjoys the cleaning.
She's a cleaner. I'm a cleaner. I enjoy cleaning too. I know that sounds
I enjoy
crazy.
making messes.
Well, I think I enjoy the end result so much because when I'm done cleaning, and it's usually, it's on a day that I'm not working, so I've got plenty of time, and I get all done, and I make myself a good, strong cup of coffee, and I sit down on the couch and enjoy that coffee. So it's like, and then everything smells good, everything's in its place. Yeah, I know it's weird, but I do like to clean. So does your wife, so you get my deal. Anyway, does she have music on while she's cleaning and doing
blasting throughout the house?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I am one that doesn't, like I go to the gym and I don't. In fact, my headphones died and I haven't replaced them, so I've gone without music.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
you gotta have
okay.
a little music in your life.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me, and I don't always need music, but when I'm cleaning and I'm home alone, I do turn on my Bluetooth speaker. And they say if you do that, your household chores are going to be much more enjoyable.
Why she likes it.
Mopping and dusting, wow, they say those are the two things that are most improved by adding a little music in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to dust.
I hate to dust,
Mopping would be second in hate.
Yep.
But the rest of it, I don't mind so much. Even bathrooms, not a big deal. When there's two people living in your house, we have a lot of grandkids in and out, but they're really, really good about keeping things neat, so I can't complain about that at all. But it's the final outcome that's so good.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because before we go on a trip, even if the house is clean, she will scrub the floors.
I'm so glad to hear you say this.
And she will do everything she can to make the place spotless. And I'm like, the only people who are going to see this house while we're gone is my mom and maybe my sister and the cats. And they've been in this house before. They've seen it, not spotless.
You know what? Okay, so this will tell you, and I'm almost ashamed to admit this, but I used to vacuum my way out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
I want there to be vacuum lines in my living room carpet before I leave
on
vacation.
It's vacuumed.
I know, it's ridiculous.
The hardwood is still drying from being mopped, and it's
I know. Some of John's buddies are really kind of hard on me about, everything always being in its place. But that's just how we do things. When you're done with it, you put it away. And I guess I don't think I'm that fussy. I say that and kind of choke a little bit because I know everyone thinks that I am, but it's a good way to be.
But yeah, absolutely, everything has to be flawless before we leave.
Yeah.
And again, my mom and my sister and the cats are the only ones seeing this place.
Well, and the only people that would see my house while we're gone is my daughter and my grandkids, and certainly they don't care.
Yeah.
But Yeah. And you know, given the traffic that is at my house while we are even away, it maybe doesn't look exactly like it did when I left, but I know it was clean when I left. Yeah. And again, so happy that I got neat grandkids. I think they just know me well enough, so they think, oh, you better put that away. You know, I don't ever yell at anybody, but I sure like it when dishes are in the dishwasher and everything is in its place, and they're great at doing that. So, let's see what else we have for you. Taylor Swift claiming the 4th straight Global Artist of the Year award. I don't think she's going to go away anytime soon.
No.
How long till we have to start, you know, hearing all the wedding stuff?
I got a feeling that's gonna be a summer thing. They're gonna set a date, and we're gonna hear nothing but that.
Probably.
It's the summer of Taylor.
Okay, here's a totally different subject, but I just read this headline. If you were given $1 million vacation budget, where would you go? I mean, $1 million could mean a lot of places. What would you book first?
Jamaica.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
I think I would do either French Riviera or Greece and lay on the Mediterranean.
Oh, that'd be fun too.
I think Greece would be the first place I would go. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
Ooh.
Yeah, Greece is on my bucket list. So that's where I would go first.
Yeah, Greece, Ireland.
And then what? Another thing I would love to do, and I am not a cruise ship person at all. I've never been, so this is just what in my head because I haven't experienced it. It's just a few too many people too close for my liking. But I would like to do one of those European river cruises.
Ah, yes, the Viking cruise line.
Yeah, because they cost a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Now I could do that. Because you have a room, and of course I would want the beautiful room that had the balcony that I could watch the water, and you don't run into rough water on a river cruise, you know, so you're not seasick and all that business. So,
and if it sinks, you can probably swim to shore.
You maybe can, yeah. So those are the things that I would do. So you would go somewhere warm.
Yeah, and then I'd go to.
You can think bigger than Jamaica if you've got $1 million.
How about Fiji and those little huts over the ocean?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fiji would be fun.
Fiji for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. We would want an extended stay, right?
Oh, yeah.
If I had that $1 million, though, I would plan multiple trips.
Either that or I'd plan a trip to the cabin and then use the $1 million to pay off my bills.
I would plan some big fun trips to take my whole family.
Yeah.
And then $1 million goes pretty quickly, probably. Isn't that sad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We used to think when somebody was a millionaire, you go, oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I feel like there are so many of them out there now. And it's nothing
I know
anymore.
several.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of trivia for you.
Ooh.
You might get these. Which country artist threw javelin while attending Oklahoma State? This is probably a guess.
This is going to be a guess, but I'm going to say Toby Keith.
Garth Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Same. What song did Paul McCartney pen for John Lennon's son, Julian?
Oh, that's an easy one. Hey, Jude.
Yeah, Hey, Jude. So there you go. See, I knew you'd have that one. How about this? You know, Lindt chocolate, Lindt.
Yep.
They make those fabulous round
balls
candies. Oh, I love those. Now they have announced the return of something I missed when it was here the first time. Carrot cake, Linder truffles.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah? I bet it would be good. Feature a smooth carrot cake flavored center wrapped in a creamy white chocolate shell. White chocolate is not my favorite.
No.
Okay, so maybe I back away from that one.
But interesting, going back to the trivia, interesting side note, my grandparents' house, or like, I don't know if you'd call it a little small ranch, was just down the street from Garth Brooks' parents.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I just talked to somebody this last weekend, and they were at Billy's in Vergas, and they sat at the next table from Josh Duhamel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they have a lake place somewhere over in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so anyway, he was over at Billy's having something to eat. And
Well, that's cool.
yeah. He and his wife, and I think his wife is from Fargo.
Yep.
So they have kind of a local tie, if you will. But they have a lake place. And
But yeah,
that's
he's
why
from
they went.
Minot.
Yeah, and they have a lake place. And so, yeah, just decided to come on into Billy's for a meal. So kind of fun. And they said he was just super gracious. Anyone who wanted to have a picture, he's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And so anyway, kind of cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
All right. And I feel like we've got the next star right here in Fergus Falls. And boy, Facebook has absolutely blown up with Chris Tunkseth. And I'm sure he is completely humbled. But anyway, we're just cheering for that guy. We just love that guy. All right, coming up on 10 o'clock, we're already wrapping up for another week.
Another week.
Boy, Monday and Thursday, nothing in between.
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this week. It's been great to have you along. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.